What's up, Buttes? I need to ask you 3 questions, so listen carefully. Number 1, do you exercise but still find consistency a struggle? Or are you not an exerciser at all, but maybe you're looking for ways to get into it and you're not sure how? Or even just scrap exercise, throw it in the bin. Have you got a project you want to do, something that you've been passionate about but never really got around to starting and don't really know how? If the answer is yes to any of those 3 things, then you're in the majority. And if you're in the majority, then I made this video for you. We've just parked up in the business park, which is the start point for my ultra marathon in 2 weeks, and I'm going to run towards Mary, who's going to drive towards the other end and pick me up. So that's what we're doing today, but back to the video. I'm pretty certain that most people on the planet know that exercise is beneficial, is good for them, and what fascinates me is that people, including myself, people still struggle with exercise to make it consistent or to even get going. Some people actually aren't interested in exercise in the first place. So I'm on a mission to find out why and to use what I find out to try and help. In truth, there are so many factors that need to be considered before someone can even get themselves into a place where they're ready to do exercise, and that's what fascinates me. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, hacks, habits, call them what you want, but essentially they're things that you can do to make your exercise routine seem easier and get it more consistent, or if you haven't started exercise yet, how to kind of get started, or even if it's not anything to do with exercise but you've got that passion project you want to pursue, you can apply most of these tips or tricks to any or all. So as I sit here in traffic, my legs slowly crumbling to nothingness, I don't really care because I've got my coffee, I've done my run, it's a sunny day, all is right with the world. It is worth just saying that the tips that you're going to see in this vlog are taken in some way, either directly or indirectly, from James Clear's amazing book Atomic Habits, which if you haven't read, genuinely I recommend it. It's an absolute game changer. Okay, I'm going to refer to these as gateway habits. I don't really know why, other than the fact that it sounds really cool. But here are 8 things that you can implement immediately that will get you to where you need to be. Let's call them gateways to exercise or gateways to your goals. Doesn't matter. I should have said bridges, shouldn't I? It's being the surname. Bridges. No, forget it. I'm going to stretch and have a bath. But I tell you what, not filming that one. 1 is write an implementation intention. So if you're struggling with starting something, then it's usually because you're being vague about the details of the thing you want to start. James Clear suggests that by writing down the specifics of your goal, you're a whopping 91% more likely to see that task through. So rather than say, I don't know, I'll do a 5-minute run this week, write down that you are going to do a 5-minute run on Thursday when you come back from work, and you're going to run around the block. Or you're going to dedicate 1 hour of time every Saturday morning at 9 AM by sitting at the computer and start writing that book you've always wanted to write. Watch it happen. Number 2 is reduce the friction. Now, I know I've talked a little bit about it in previous tutorials, but the best way of making something easy to do is removing the blockers that stop it from being easy in the first place. An example of that would be you come in from work, you want to go on the turbo train or your indoor bike for the evening, but none of it is set up. Or you want to run, but all of your clothes are put away in drawers and your trainers are in the cupboard. So remove the friction. Have everything set up the night before so you can walk in the door and everything's ready to go. Your bike's set up with everything you need, or your running gear is already out ready to put on. So you can literally walk in, change, get the job done. Point 3 is pretty much the opposite of point 2. So point 3 is add friction. So if you have any bad habits that you're not particularly happy with, then make them harder to do. Add the friction in. So let's say, for example, you are annoyed with yourself that you come in and you watch TV when you could be getting on with other things. Easy. Night before, come in, take your remote control, after you finish watching TV, if you do in the evening, take the remote control, remove the batteries, take them, put them in the kitchen drawer, and then they're out the way. When you want to watch TV the next day, it's actually a hassle to go and get the batteries and sort it all out. If you're fed up with the first thing you do every morning is picking up your phone and checking social media, wasting time like that, easy, take your phone from your room, charge it in another room, and that way you're encouraged to get up and get on straight away. One thing with this though is that you have to be fully honest with your bad habits, because only when you're honest can you start working on adding friction to them and eventually removing them. Number 4 is gateway habits. So if you are still not quite there, if you're still lacking a little bit of confidence, not quite believing in yourself, don't quite think you can do it yet, then add some gateway habits. These are smaller habits that can lead into bigger, better habits. For example, if you're not ready to go out running yet, create a habit of going downstairs, getting your running trainers on, tying them up, and going out of your house for 1 or 2 minutes and coming back. Have a hard finish there, but do that regularly. These kind of gateway habits should be more regular, like once a day, because of the effort that is actually needed to carry them out is minimal. Very, very soon you'll see the frustration of only being able to go out for 2 minutes, and you'll want to go out for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and you'll want to start building it up anyway, having built that first gateway habit. That's called habit stacking. 5 is commit to a smaller time frame. Whether you're a slightly more experienced athlete, author, musician, doesn't matter what, even the most motivated have times where they struggle. So something that I've found that helps me is commit to a smaller amount of time than you actually want to take doing a task. For example, if I wanted to go out for a 45-minute run, I might commit to 10 minutes, and if I'm still not feeling it, I'm allowed to quit and I'll come home. Guess what happens when you're out there after 10 minutes? You almost never quit. It's never happened to me. And I think the statistics are something crazy, like 95% of people will carry on after those 10 minutes. Point 6 is habit tracking. So a suggestion would be to get a calendar, put it by the front door with a green pen. Keep it easy, that's already straight away, no friction. And every time you come in from a workout, put a green tick on your workout and watch those green ticks stack up and watch yourself be more and more motivated by those green ticks. If you miss a session, don't worry about it. Everybody does for whatever reason. The key here is don't miss 2 sessions in a row. Just start a new streak. Ooh, look what I just found while I was trying to find a calendar to do the habit tracking. My mum made a calendar of me a few years ago. Look at that little cutie. Hey? Look at that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why would you put that of me in a calendar? Point 7, mini rewards. Maybe get your partner while you're out to run you a bath to time it for when you come in. Or maybe if you really value that time when you come in from work and get to catch up with your partner about their day and maybe sit at the table and chat, do that after you've exercised. Have that as the reward for the exercise. I mean, you could also get one of these if you wanted, get you out of the house, get you on the journey, if you had the time, patience, money. So there you have it. Certainly not a substitute for motivation, but these tips might help you form the right patterns, the right habits that will lead to a better, more confident, more motivated you, me down the line. So these tips are designed really to just help you start a journey. Any journey really, it doesn't have to be exercise, could be anything. So hopefully this has helped you in some way. And you know what you could do if you wanted to help me? You could subscribe to the channel, because that will help me help you more in the future. You could possibly share this video with other people who you think might benefit that might not see it. For example, if you've got anyone that you know that is struggling to start a journey of some kind, maybe this video might give them some tips or the push that they need. You could drop me a comment sharing your tips or tricks or habits that you have that help you get stuff done. Or simply you could just like the video, because that shows the YouTube gremlins that it's worth watching. Oh, that's colder than I expected it to be. I just want to say a really genuine thanks from the bottom of my heart for your watching, the time that you take to interact. It really does mean a lot to me. So now I will see you in the week. In fact, no, wait. I'll see you at 6 PM on Tuesday, GMT. See what I did there? I did a little implement. I'll forget it. I'll see you in the week.